former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has officially announced his intention to contest for Kogi Central senatorial seat ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now, Bello made the announcement during a visit to the palace of the Ohinoi of Ibira land, where he met with traditional leaders, religious figures, and also community stakeholders from the district. In a statement widely shared on his social media platforms, the former governor confirmed that he would accept calls from party leaders and constituents to represent the district at the National Assembly.
The decision to throw his heart into the ring sets up a potential high-stakes contest in the senatorial district currently represented by Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan, who made history in 2023 as the first woman to win that seat. This morning, we're joined by Uthman Tochukwu. He's a legal practitioner. He joins us from the capital, Abuja, to help us unpack the legal, constitutional, and democratic implications of this move. Mr. Uthman, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you for coming on, and good morning.
Thank you, Uthman.
Plus, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Now, let's begin with the basics. Right. Let's just begin with the basics, shall we? What are the constitutional and legal requirements for a former governor like Yahaya Bello to contest for a Senate seat? Are there any restrictions or eligibility concerns we should be aware of, noting the EFCC case?
Thank you very much for having me. I think at its stance, Yahaya Bello is qualified to contest for the senatorial seat because the indictment is forestalled for now. I don't know what is holding the prosecution, except the FCC is going to reopen his case and say that they are going to retry him. Otherwise, he is duly qualified to contest for that seat. It's only an indictment. He has not been convicted of that particular allegations. In law, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. And as far as we know in that case, he has not been found guilty yet. But what is holding the trial is what I don't know. Yahaya Bello is qualified to contest for that senatorial seat, and the legality of his disqualification cannot be said to be realistic as it stands with regards to EFCC case. That is what I have to say for now on that regard.
Okay. So let's take a look at the two individuals here. Let's take a look at Natasha and let's take a look at Bello. Bello is not a small fry when it comes to Kogi politics. That man moves a whole lot, whether it's traditional rulers, whether it's grassroots, whether it's youth development, which he was praised for in his 8 years of government. Then there's Natasha Bello, who has institution backing her. Let's take a look at how she got the seat in the first place. It was highly contested. She went to court for it. So you have a backbone where it's process and institution, and then you have Yahaya Bello on the other side where he has a mass of people and a very healthy grassroots following. What do you think this is going to portend for that seat with these two in their own ways, heavyweights? What are we looking at here? Are we seeing a situation where being in power will push aside someone who is perhaps very strongly rooted when it comes to process and constitution?
It's going to be a tough battle between both of them. But you should recall that when Natasha won that seat in court, Yahaya Bello was the sitting governor, but he was able to defeat all his powers with all his machineries and everything. She was able to defeat them and gain that power to become the senator representing that particular senatorial zone. I know that it's going to be a tough battle between them, but if we ask Natasha, Natasha will tell you that he is Yahaya Bello's right man, rather than the other way around. Both of them have the capacity, and both of them have what it takes to battle for that particular seat. Don't forget also that Natasha may not also be contesting under the platform of PDP, as we are hearing now, unverified, that he may decamp to another political party. I believe that it's all strategy to regain her ground on that particular position. And I know that it's going to be a tough one. It's not going to be an easy one. But Yahaya Bello is not a big deal for Natasha to defeat in that election. There is this sentiment that surrounds the fact that she's a woman. You can attribute some certain support for her. organic support from her people. And looking at the antecedents, what he has done for her people, I believe that she has more opportunity to winning that senatorial position more than Yahaya Bello. But let's wait and see how it will turn out.
Let's wait and see. Like say, Uthman, I wanted to take you on something that you said regarding the rumors that we're hearing about her decamping from the PDP. Where else could she go that could prove instrumental in her keeping the seat?
We have the only opposition party in Nigeria today, ADC. And I think I heard that it's ADC she's going to. It's unverified, like I said. But I know that there are some certain moves she'll be making to decamp to.
Can you expatiate on what the certain moves are? Can you expatiate on the certain moves that she's been making?
Sorry?
You said there's some certain moves that she's been making that you know for sure of certain moves that she's been making. What are those certain moves?
Yes, I'm saying that she may not contest on that PDP. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but she's. I remember a podcast that she was on. She explicitly said that she had gotten invites from the APC, from the presidency, some individuals who had asked her to decamp or defect to the party, and she still strongly aligned with the PDP and is not, moving camp. Do you think that this move by Bello's announcement, saying that he would throw the heart in the ring, do you think that this is to force her hand to join the APC?
If you look at Bello's move by declaring to run for the Senate, you will understand that would automatically make it impossible for her to decamp to APC, because both of them cannot be in the same political party and be running for one position. So yeah, what it means is that one has to be in a different political party. So for that purpose.
Yeah, but at the primary levels, right? Because if you're at the primary levels for the APC.
At the primary level, yes. When the caucus meets, they may decide to say, please step down for Yahaya Bello. After all, you have tested it. Let Yahaya Bello go and test.
I see.
But because of that, she may not be okay with it to decamp to APC. I believe that even if she's going to decamp, she won't decamp to APC. Okay. Because she would really want to fight that battle out with Yahaya Bello.
Well, what does it say about the APC, right? I mean, we saw Yahaya Bello during their defection rally that they had at the capital in Lokoja in Kogi State, and Yahaya Bello really extolling praises for the president and just really at this point kissing the ring. If he gets that ticket for the APC, despite the public controversies and the cases or the accusations levied against him by the EFCC and his case yet to be acted upon by the courts, what does it say about the APC and the credibility of picking a candidate?
To be very honest with you, I feel very disappointed that at this point, we do not know what is stalling the case of Yahaya Bello against that of EFCC. And EFCC is not telling Nigerians anything. We are left aloof as with regards to the prosecution of Yahaya Bello. I believe that the case is still in court, and we are still waiting for EFCC to complete their job with regards to the prosecution. I'm not expected to see Yahaya Bello in public, looking at the fact that EFCC is still hanging on his neck. But, like we say, when you join the ruling party, your sins are forgiven. I believe that it is on that notion that you still have the confidence to keep moving around. Otherwise, I don't see why the EFCC should not continue their prosecution against him. Nothing is happening. The file is stored. The court is not saying anything. We are not hearing nothing from EFCC. This is not how we should strengthen the institution. Our democratic institution should be strengthened. And in doing that, no matter whoever you are, you should be able to face the law squarely whenever the law comes against you. There should not be a kind of favoritism to certain individual because of their political alignment. I do not think that is the best way to go in order to get Nigeria where it should be going.
Okay. Uthman, how strategic do you think this is? Yahaya Bello from the APC wanting to unseat a sitting senator who, well, in quote, worked hard for that position. Let's take a look at this race now. Is it still a race about who represents Kogi Central the best, or is it that someone who perhaps is closer to traditional institutions, closer to financial money, closer to certain grassroots structures? Because that's what it's beginning to seem like. What's your take on that?
If you talk about grassroots, I think Natasha has more grassroots more than Yahaya Bello.
Now, this is an argument I had with somebody else. We saw her grassroots movement, especially between her and Akpabio. But what kind of grassroots movement is that? Is it sentimental or is it political? Political in the sense that are they voting, or at the time where they just simply, you know, empathizing? But that's another conversation. This race, is it strategic on the part of the APC, would you say? Uthman, I hope you're still there.
I think we lost us, Uthman.
There he is.
Yeah, Uthman, we lost you for a second.
Please, we lost you. Can you start again?
It's frozen.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Now
I can
we
hear
can.
you now. Please continue.
Yes, I'm saying when we talk about grassroots, Natasha has more grassroots than Yahaya Bello in Kogi State.
Yes.
And it is the grassroots that is going to decide who wins the election, not the money and not the traditional ruler support. How many traditional rulers are going to...
We seem to be losing him there. It's very interesting that you think that she doesn't have grassroots.
Uthman, if you can hear us, can you do us a favor? Maybe if you can end your video, but let's have your audio. Maybe we'll be able to get you then. So if you can stop the video and keep the audio. If you can hear us, once again, stop the video, keep the audio so we can hear you clearer. Maybe that will help.
I seem to have lost him.
Okay, all right, but you do understand what I'm saying. I know you might not agree, but the point is this. We saw a very interesting positioning last year where it wasn't just about politics, it was also about being holding up femininity when it comes to quota inside of the Senate. So you can imagine that even if you're outside of the party, you will still have sentimental relationships here. You will still empathize. You can't do that to a woman. And even if I'm not for the PDP, I'm still going to.
This isn't
so
about
that's what I don't want us to mistake as her grassroots power.
Right, but this isn't about gender. If you watch her race for the Senate office, you would see that even upon all the things that Yahaya did to her even when he was a sitting governor, he plowed the road to where her constituencies were, and they still went to vote for her. I've never seen that type of support before.
That's something to be reckoned with.
If you can jog our memory again, just back to her race to the Senate, if you can hear me. Yahaya did a couple of things, allegedly. One of them was plowing the roads with caterpillars, digging deep rift on the road that led to the polling units at constituency, and somehow the people came out en masse, dug that road back up, went in, and they voted for her. True or false?
Now, the power of the people, you can imagine that time. If Yahaya Bello could not defeat Natasha at that time, with all the power that he had as a governor of the state, the chief security officer of the state, he could do and undo at that time, and he could not defeat her. I do not see any possibility of him now without power defeating Natasha. It is the power of the people that brought Natasha to the Senate. It is not the power of money. It is not the power of traditional rulers. So whoever that is capitalizing on the power of money and traditional rulers in the next election between Yahaya Bello and Natasha, I tell you for a fact that that's not going to work. It will not work.
And look, I'm glad we're able to set it. So let's jog our memory, right? This rivalry or this perceived rivalry between the ex-governor and his claim or his quest to go to the retirement home of governors, which is the National Assembly, right? And against Natasha Akpabio. What exactly is this rivalry, this heated rivalry between the two of them? Jog our memory, where is the genesis of this? How did it start? And why, as the governor, the current governor, inherited that beef, which is none other than Ododo?
I cannot actually pinpoint a particular issues that arose between both of them that triggered into this level, where both of them are having this high level of beef between them. I don't know what happened between them. And I cannot be able to say exactly where Natasha has faulted Yahaya Bello or where Yahaya Bello has faulted Natasha. But I think it's just this, what I may call political rivalry that naturally occurs when you have a man and a woman gunning for a particular position. And there is this kind of suppression that men try to will over a woman whenever both of them are canvassing for a particular position. And I think it's part of the issue. This is part of the issue. So for Yahaya Bello, I do not think that there is something Natasha had done in particular against him. And for Natasha, I believe that she's someone that is hell-bent in getting whatever she has decided to put her head into. And for that reason, it will be very difficult for her to be defeated in the next election, except she's not contesting for that Senate, honestly. But I'm telling you that if she's going to contest, it's going to be an interesting time to watch her.
As it was in 2023, it's going to be another interesting time. Well, 2020 is going to be an interesting time as well. Besides Yahaya Bello, for the APC, who else do you think the APC might put forth, or who might throw their hat in the ring to contest for that seat?
I don't know. I don't know.
Seems like well, it looks like it's going to be Bello versus Akpotio Doha, and may the best man win.
Exactly, and that's the first thing very interesting.
I cannot wait.
Can be more interesting than that. That combination is superb.
Last time it was a sitting governor and a potential senator. Now it's an ex-governor who has the powers, or rather is a godfather of Ododo and a sitting senator. Let's see, how it will play out.
But you know something, Judith? You know something, Judith and Uthman? We keep highlighting the high points of Natasha's grassroots politics, but we fail to also highlight how strong Yahaya Bello actually is. For his governorship for 8 years, he pushed a very youth-centric type of process, and that garnered him plenty of support. Are we not considering that when we talk about grassroots? Are you saying that without the kind of wealth that he has or access to it, and also traditional rulers, that he can gather enough to actually contend? I know you will cite. I know you will cite the situation of the previous election, and I understand this. But let's also highlight the big points for Yahaya Bello as well to balance this out.
Are you aware that some National Assembly members cannot go to their village and come back alive?
Is he?
Are you aware that some National Assembly members cannot drive their car in their village? They will stone them. But this woman can drive her car and go to her village and come back without her security. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tells you that she has the support of her people, the grassroots. And when we talk about grassroots in terms of comparison, forget about Yahaya Bello's election.
Where was grassroots in the Rivers State instance?
Are you bringing Rivers State? And
now I'm asking that specifically. I'm asking this strategically, because if we say grassroots is all you need, let's also note that there are certain processes that might not be legal or that might not be popular that can still offset an election, that can still offset a person getting a seat or not. You know what I mean.
Like votes.
You know what I mean. Let's talk about proximity to the center, for instance.
Right, but Monsieur...
No, Judith, just hang on. I want Uthman to tell me.
If you are talking about proximity to the center, it should have helped when she was a governor. Because as a governor, you are a member of National Executive Council, and you should be expected to use the Abuja power, the almighty federal power, to win an election. But you couldn't win. That's what we're saying. That's what we're talking about. If you could not win when you are a sitting governor, when you had all the federal might in your arms, and you could not win an election, is it now that you don't have such power that you are going to win? He was defeated by Natasha. I tell you, Natasha is Yahaya Bello's nightmare when it comes to this election, and if you ask him, he will tell you.
Uthman, I'm glad. Look, let's wait and see, right? Because if there's one thing that we have seen from last year and going into 2026 is that we cannot underestimate what the federal can do and what the APC can do and what they're capable of doing. But we've also seen from the elections from 2025, the elections we've seen from 2025 in the case of Edo State and which other state now, where the Anambra State, that when there is a presence of grassroots in terms of the local government elections, if the people are in favor, they will vote along those lines. And we saw that with Edo. There was a lot of unhappiness with the Obaseki tenor, and then we saw how that really played in the favor of the APC putting in their current sitting governor, Opeyolo. And then for the case of Anambra, the APC candidate was a lot different, and the Anambra candidate, or rather the sitting governor, continued. Although gubernatorial elections regarding, which is a lot different from grassroots and Senate, but let's see how it plays out. Again, presidents can only tell us our future. But Uthman, I must say thank you for taking out the time to join us. They're in our ear and they're begging us to go. I know you have a final remark there. If you have 30, we have only 10 seconds. Do you want to give it just 10 seconds? Say it.
Yes, it's going to be an interesting time between Yahaya Bello and Natasha, and we can't wait to see that interesting time happen soon.
I love elections.
I wish them all the best.
Yeah, elections are like my Premier Leagues. I just love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on, Uthman. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.